Welcome back, everybody. This is a video response for Majority, Teddy at that channel. I'm talking about 5 games that I think casuals should try. New gamers, fledgling gamers, games that they should get into, some classics. My cutoff here is about the 360 era, and you will see that when I have my second last pick here. Could have done 100 picks. Some of the fun here in limiting it to 5 is that I could leave some space and some recommendations for other people. I'm leaving out entire genres, which I don't feel good about, but that is just what happens when you have these sort of restrictions. So go watch his video. You're going to see his recommendations for people first, and then you can come and listen to me. Starting it off with a Super Smash Bros. Game, because I feel like this is one of the greatest gateways to get into fighting games. This year, sometime around the summer, I actually started going on a serious fighting game binge with Street Fighters and then some other Capcom titles. And they are fun. I'm enjoying them, but I'm coming at them with a perspective where I'm open to learning everything that there is about Street Fighter and some of these other classic fighting games. They are difficult. I still don't know what I'm doing a lot of the time. Smash Brothers is a much more accessible entryway where the combos are simplified and your attacks don't require complex inputs. I am specifically going to recommend Super Smash Bros. Melee. 1, in keeping with the classics, and 2, because I feel like it's got a nice large roster, but it's still a manageable size where you feel like you can play with every character and learn them. There's all the different game modes, which are fun for testing your skills, honing your abilities, and of course, there's a single-player mode as well. Next, I want to do a GTA game. And I was thinking of 2 in particular, but it's an easy choice for me. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas versus Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I only got to play or experience Vice City when I was at my friend's house. I never owned it, but that is a fantastic game for people to try as well. I'm going to recommend San Andreas because that is the one that I have the most time in. Again, from the classics anyways. San Andreas, I never actually beat it, but I had a couple of rentals in a row where I just played it non-stop, got as far as I could, and it wouldn't be until years later that I bought myself a copy. Still haven't beat it, but what I've played from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is still some of the most fun from the 4 titles that I have played, and that's people's chance to experience open world. That's people's chance to experience one of the greatest gaming franchises, kind of where its early glory days were and what they looked like. Of course, now I think a lot of people have probably dabbled in some GTA 5 or a game that's kind of like that, but to go back to its roots, so to speak, and I know it's not GTA 1 or GTA 2, but again, those were the glory days for the GTA series. I feel like that's a good place for people to return to see what those games were like and what early open world games were like. They're still fantastic too. It's not like it's a downgrade going back to that era. Number 3, for whatever reason, I was really fixated on a Bomberman title. I played Bomberman growing up a little bit on PC. We must have had a bootleg copy or something like that. I don't even know which Bomberman version it was. And of course, I've played tons of versions with friends. I think at some point I dabbled on the DS as well. But I kept on hearing that Saturn Bomberman was so good. Was it called Bomberman Saturn? Saturn Bomberman, I think. Whatever, it's for Sega Saturn. I heard so many good things about it, and this weekend I've put quite a few hours into it, enjoying the single player. Multiplayer is incredible with other people if you have them to play with. I did not, but still, versus CPUs is always fun. And kind of like how I wanted a little introduction to the open world genre with the GTA title, Bomberman, you get a glimpse into where Battle Royale started. In some ways, in multiplayer, you have the maps that can shrink down on you. That's one feature that's a staple in Battle Royale games. And of course, just the fact that you are fighting for your survival against numerous other people. In Bomberman gameplay itself, it's fairly simple, fairly casual, and yet there's a lot of depth once you start getting into these various power-ups. And that's what Saturn also provides as well. Tons of power-ups for you to use. And I feel like Bomberman could be a good springboard into the party game genre. So we had Smash for getting into fighting games, GTA for a taste of a lot of open world and just seeing what's become so popular these days, and Bomberman for battle royale and party games. Second last one Fallout New Vegas, because I want people to experience an RPG. And this is still the open world, but open world RPGs or large scale RPGs, they're always something a little more special compared to open world adventure games like the Breath of the Wild. Fallout New Vegas is probably the easiest of the Fallouts that I've played to get into. You can be a gamer of any skill level and obviously set the slider, but also the game holds your hand when you play it. Like, let's be real here. You've always got objective markers. You're always being told where to go, and yet you still have the freedom to explore wherever you want. Also, while a seasoned player might understand that there's not necessarily too much depth to a lot of the skills, you know, it's up or down in a couple of stats. Maybe you get a special perk here and there. When you're a new player and you're reading that list of stats, it all sounds so insane. Like, whoa, increased explosion damage, but this happens. Or I get to have more charisma when I'm talking to females, if I'm playing a male character. You know, whatever it is. It seems like there's a lot there. And maybe it is. Maybe I'm just kind of being a little bitter with my retrospective thoughts. Anyways, I'm going to go on a million tangents if I don't shut up. So Fallout New Vegas for an RPG pick. I feel like it's also more accessible compared to a lot of JRPGs, but I wish I could have picked JRPG as well. Something where you can experience a party in the more traditional sense. I never really felt like you had too much of a close-knit party in Fallout New Vegas, but it's a really good game. And finally, my last recommendation for people, this is perhaps a little bit obvious if you are a fan of this channel, Super Mario Bros. 3, but also Super Mario Bros. World is very good. And I want to explain that I'm leaning towards 3 if you have somebody to maybe show you the ropes, teach you some secrets, give you a few tips while you play. You could search for all that kind of stuff online as well, but if you just want to go into a game blind and you're going to be playing on your own, I think Super Mario World is a little bit easier, and it's still full of secrets and a lot of stuff to collect as well. My personal favorite is Super Mario Bros. 3, so that is my main recommendation here. It's got the best power-ups in the series. It's got a ton of secrets that some you're probably going to stumble on just by accident as well. It's got a lot of space in the level, so you could fly up and explore left and right and up and down and always come across new coins or one-ups or whatever. Of course, I think you do need a little bit of hand-holding to get the really good stuff, but regardless, even interacting with the different toad houses and the bonus games on the overworld, that's a lot of fun. Great music, great sound, great variety of enemies. One of my favorite games of all time for good reason, and probably the number one classic that people have to play. I don't necessarily have my number 2, 3, 4, 5 classic games that people should play on this list. Again, I left some space here for other people to recommend some obvious ones. If you know my tastes, you might have some idea of games that I'm thinking. I didn't really get a more traditional shooter. I don't really have a more traditional arcade game or puzzle game, or even a collectathon for that matter. But hopefully those 5 games will suffice. So there you go. It's a video response again for Majority, or Teddy, who runs that channel. And if you're interested in doing one of these as well, just reply to him with the video, and there you go. Thanks everybody for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.